What's up, everybody? My name is Matt Modi. I'm a content producer and betting analyst for OddsJam. In this video, it's going to be a step-by-step guide on how to place a profitable bet, how to place a mathematically profitable sports bet. It's a pretty simple but incredibly important concept. Betting on sports, you need to ensure that you're placing profitable bets, and that's exactly what this video is going to be about. So what you see on the screen here, right, what you see is just the home page for my personal profile from OddsJam. So I've been tracking my bets using OddsJam since September. I'm up almost 11 grand doing that specifically. And the plan that I'm on the OddsJam Platinum plan. So if you want to get hooked up, if you want to sign up for the OddsJam Platinum plan, what I want you to do is send us an email, contact@oddsjam.com, and we'll do a live step-by-step one-on-one tutorial on how you can make roughly $2,500 a month using the OddsJam Platinum plan. So if you're not currently a member, I would definitely recommend sending an email, hitting us up. If you're on the industry plan, or the standard plan, I'll definitely recommend hitting us up as well. We can get you upgraded to the platinum plan. And like I said, $2,500 per month on the platinum plan. For me, the most benefit I get out of OddsJam is I love placing positive expected value bets. That's what the majority of this video is going to be about. Step-by-step guide on how to place profitable bets. Step number one, go to oddsjam.com. So if you're not currently a member and you're not sure you want to commit right now to a phone call, that's fine. You can sign up for a 7-day free trial, and then you can follow these steps exactly. So number one, go to oddsjam.com. Step one, check. Then you need to go to the OddsJam Positive Expected Value page. So this page is where we list every bet that has positive expected value associated with it. So the way that these bets are calculated is the OddsJam perfect line. This number you see here is pulled from the sharpest sportsbook in the world. So we deem that any bet on the OddsJam perfect line, whatever those lines are priced at, are going to be the most accurate lines for this sporting event, the true line. This positive EV page does is provides opportunities in where you're getting more favorable odds on another sports book. So just for example, there's first bet you see here. The OddsJam perfect line prices that at plus 159. We are getting it on DraftKings. You see the book here, DraftKings, at plus 175. So that difference from plus 159 to plus 175, that is what has positive expected value, that gap right there. And it has a positive expected value percent of just under 3%, 2.94%. The important thing to note regarding this OddsJam positive expected value page is we provide betting opportunities that have positive EV with the VIG or the juice removed. So if you're unfamiliar with what the VIG or what the juice is in sports betting, it's essentially the tax that sportsbooks charge the odds themselves. So sportsbooks, they don't charge an actual transaction fee, right? If you want to place a bet on DraftKings or FanDuel, that doesn't cost any money. They don't charge you to place a bet. Instead, what these sportsbook do is they juice up the odds a little bit, so that way multiple users can place bets on both sides. So basically, the sportsbooks can place bets on both sides of an outcome, and with the juiced up odds, no matter what, they're going to profit. And that's how they make their money. That's why they have these massive marketing budgets. So you see all the commercials and stuff. So the OddsJam perfect line, what it's important to understand and what it does, removes the VIG. So there's a calculator on the OddsJam website that does that for you. You just go to calculators, no VIG, fair odds calculator, and you type in both sides of the OddsJam perfect line. So for this one, Mavericks versus Jazz, this play, it's plus 159, minus 182. So you just enter it in here, plus 159, minus 182, puts the true line of this bet at plus 167 and minus 167. And again, we're getting this bet at plus 175. So there is positive expected value associated with it. But with that said, one of the common questions we get is, so is every bet on the positive EV page, should I place that bet? And the answer is no. And this is step two. So step one, go to the positive EV page. Step two, calculate the market width of the OddsJam perfect line. So market width is essentially just a way to for the OddsJam perfect line to convey confidence in a line. The tighter the market means the lower the number of the market width. So low market width equals good. High market width equals bad. That concept's pretty easy to understand, hopefully. The way you calculate it is, so you're only going to look at the two sides of the OddsJam perfect line. You're not going to look at the book you're betting it on or anything like that. You're just going to look at both sides. And what you're going to do for a plus and a minus, like you see here, you just subtract those two numbers. So 182 minus 159 equals 23. So this bet is going to have 23 cents of market width. And this is within range. So the way you should be looking at market width, anything 26 cents and above, we wouldn't recommend putting any more than 1% of your bankroll on it. That is too wide of a market. That's not a profitable bet. So as terms of step-by-step guide, step number 2, parentheses, don't bet anything above 26 cents in market width. What is within range is anything between 16 and 25 cents. That is going to be a good bet. We'd recommend putting up to 3% of your bankroll on anything between 16 and 25 cents in market width. So this next play, Mavericks plus 1.5 first half spread, 40 minus 20 equals 20. That would be within range. But there's a third category, which I like to call a load city bet. That's not an official betting term. That's just one of my betting terms. Anything that has 15 cents and below, I consider a load city bet. And I think that is a really, really profitable bet to make. So anything 15 cents and below, it's going to be a 5% bankroll bet for me. And general advice is you should never be betting more than 5% on any specific bet. So anything load city is going to be the most money I'll put on one specific bet. And what do we see here? We see a load city bet on the Grizzlies versus Timberwolves game. The OddsJam perfect line prices the under at minus 124. OddsJam prices the over at plus 110. That's 14 cents in market width. 24 minus 10 equals 14. So if you want to put in the odds, find the true line. Plus 110, 124 puts the true line of this bet at minus 116. And we're getting it at minus 110 on DraftKings and WinBet. So this is an incredibly profitable bet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this bet in. So I'm going to go to the sportsbook. This is step 3. Actually place the bet. I'm going to log into my DraftKings account. So now that I'm logged in, I'm just going to navigate to the game. It was Memphis Grizzlies, Minnesota Timberwolves, under 238. Make sure that everything looks good. Under 238, minus 110, good to go. I'm going to enter 5% of my bankroll in right here. Bet has been placed. Good to go. So that is step 3, place the bet. Now what I need to do is I need to add this bet to my bet tracker. So the OddsJam bet tracker is offered for completely free. It does exactly what it sounds like. It tracks your bets for you. So the way you add it to your bet tracker, it's very, very easy. You just click this little plus button you see right here. Now you see this option, add to bet tracker. You need to make sure that you're adding the right bet. So I took the under 238. I took it on DraftKings. Now I'm going to enter the amount I put on it, click save, and now it's added to my bet tracker. So after maybe 5 or 10 minutes or so, what's going to happen is, so right now you see it on here. So let me back up. Right now you see the bet on here. After about 5 or 10 minutes, what's going to happen is the OddsJam bet tracker will calculate the closing line value, and it will tell you whether your bet is red or green in terms of whether it's beating the closing line or not. So for these bets down here, you see a lot of green, you see some red. Green equals good, equals means I beat the closing line. Green equals I beat the closing line. Red means I didn't beat the closing line, and that's okay. Important things to note, not every bet that is red is going to lose. Like here's red bet that won. Not every green bet is going to win. Here's a green bet that lost. But the important thing is to lock in as many bets that are beating closing line as possible. So for me, my betting tracker tells me that I beat the closing line roughly 73.3% of the time. And that's pretty good. So the way I do it is just exactly the process I told you. I find a positive expected value bet. I place the bet. So step 4 is track your bets. It's incredibly important. You need to understand whether your bets are currently beating the closing line or not. If they're not, you can go to the sportsbook, possibly cash it out. And in general, if you have a bunch of different, if you have a lot of bets in a row that aren't beating the closing line, maybe at that point you just look at the strategy that you're using and you switch something up a little bit. Maybe you're just not betting positive expected value bets. Maybe you're betting too tight of or too wide of a market width and your bets are no longer beating the closing line. There's a bunch of different factors, but the goal is tracking your bets. You need to understand whether you're profitable or not, how often you're beating the closing line. And that's the step-by-step guide of how to place a profitable bet. So you go to oddsjam.com, go to the OddsJam Positive EV page. You navigate to a line in which you're getting 15 or less than 25 cents in market width, and you're really looking at something 15 cents and below. Then you're placing that bet, then you're adding it to your bet tracker, and then you're tracking the closing line. So if there's ever a point in time where my bet is no longer beating the closing line, here we go. Right now it's green, right there. Perfect example. You see better odds. If the odds shift for whatever reason and this turns red, I can go to the sportsbook and see if they let me cash it out. They won't always, but it's at least worth checking. And that's all I got for you. So let me know what you thought of the video. Would love if you could like the video, subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel, provide a comment, provide your feedback that way. Again, hit us up, contact@oddsjam.com if you want to learn how to make $2,500 a month betting on sports. We'll give you a one-on-one step-by-step guide. We'll give you a tutorial. But as far as this video goes, that's all I got for you. So thanks for watching and have a good one.